Do not ignore these 10 early symptoms of diabetes. Diabetes is often called the silent killer. This is because the early symptoms of this disease are really easy to miss. Watch this video till the end and share it with your friends so that you'll all be aware of these most common signs. Remember that timely diagnosis can extend lives. Number 1. Increased thirst and urination. These are the most common symptoms of diabetes. When you have this disease, your kidneys can't absorb all the excess sugar in your body. So it instead ends up in your urine, taking along with it fluids from other tissues. This makes you pee more and leaves you feeling dehydrated. To quench the thirst, you drink more, which leads to even more frequent urination, and it's just a vicious cycle. How often is too much? Of course, we're all different with our own activity levels and fluid intake. But the average healthy person urinates 6 to 7 times a day or up to 10 times in some individuals. But if someone notices their trips to the bathroom becoming more frequent than their personal norm and it's interfering with day-to-day life, it could be a red flag to see the doctor. Number 2. Increased hunger. Along with increased thirst and urination, constantly feeling hungry is the third most common sign of diabetes. If your body doesn't produce enough or any insulin, or if it's not responding to it in the normal way, it can't convert food into the glucose your cells use for energy. And that causes increased hunger that doesn't go away even after eating. In fact, eating only makes the blood sugar even higher, which makes the whole situation worse. If you keep eating but your hunger persists, you should consult your physician, even if you seem to not have any other symptoms of diabetes. Number 3. Chronic fatigue. When you have diabetes, you feel weak and tired all the time for the same reason that you always feel hungry. Your cells aren't getting enough glucose to use for energy. Dehydration caused by frequent urination also contributes to this exhaustion. Plus, having to wake up throughout the night to use the bathroom doesn't exactly let you get healthy, restorative sleep. As a result of all this, your body is just drained of energy. Chronic fatigue also makes you easily irritable because, well, who would feel chipper under these circumstances? Fatigue can be a symptom of many other conditions, some not even medical. A carb-heavy diet, too much caffeine, aging. But when combined with the other symptoms from this list, it could be a sign of diabetes. Number 4. Blurred vision. When blurred vision isn't due to some serious eye problem, it can be an early sign of diabetes. It happens because of the shifting of fluids, which makes the lens of your eye swell and change shape. This affects the eye's ability to focus and things start to look blurry or fuzzy. These changes are usually reversible and your sight should go back to normal once your blood sugar levels stabilize with treatment. However, if diabetes is left untreated, these changes can progress and lead to blindness. The scariest thing is that if worst comes to worst, there's no going back from it. That's a big price to pay for ignoring a health problem. Number 5. Unexplained weight loss. Since it's unexplained, you can probably guess that this weight loss doesn't come with the help of diet and exercise. Diabetes can easily drop 10 to 20 pounds in just 2 or 3 months. Since the body can't use glucose as a source of energy, it starts burning fat and muscle for energy instead, which causes weight to melt off. Your kidneys can get damaged too, since they have to work harder to take out the excess sugar. Dehydration also contributes to sudden weight loss since your body uses all available fluids in a desperate attempt to produce urine. Unexpected weight loss is a common early sign of type 1 diabetes, but it can occur in people suffering from type 2 diabetes as well. Number 6. Itchy skin. As we mentioned earlier, excess sugar in the body ends up in the urine and takes fluids from your other tissues along with it. Among these other tissues is your skin, your body's largest organ, believe it or not. So skin that's been drained of fluids becomes dry and itchy. What's really dangerous is that scratching those dry patches can break open the skin and lead to infection. If you have diabetes, you need to take special care to keep your skin moisturized and healthy. 7. Yeast infections. Diabetes weakens your immune system and makes you more prone to infections. Yeast and other fungi feed on glucose and thrive in an environment so rich in sugar. That's why yeast and fungal infections are a pretty common sign of diabetes. Women should be especially careful about vaginal yeast infections. They might appear due to reasons other than diabetes, but it's always better to make sure with a trip to the doctor. Number 8. Slow healing. High blood sugar not only increases inflammation in cuts and sores, but also leads to poor circulation, making it hard for blood to reach and repair damaged areas of the skin. And remember, there can be a lot of those since the skin becomes itchier. This especially concerns feet, and it's not uncommon for patients with diabetes to develop foot sores that can lead to even more serious problems, sometimes even amputation. If you've noticed that your cuts and wounds take longer to heal than before, be sure to mention it to your physician. Number 9. Dark patches of skin. Acanthosis nigricans is a condition that presents itself in dark patches of skin with a velvety texture. These patches usually appear in areas where the skin creases or folds, like on the neck, in the armpits, in the groin, inside the elbows, behind the knees, and on the knuckles. While this skin problem can affect otherwise healthy people, it's a common sign of prediabetes or diabetes and should be checked out by your doctor. Number 10. Numb or tingling hands and feet. Numbness, tingling, or pain in the hands, feet, fingers, or toes is another common sign of diabetes. As we've already mentioned, high blood sugar leads to poor circulation. But what you might not know is that poor blood circulation can actually damage your nerves. The hands and feet are the first to suffer since they're the farthest from the heart. As with many other symptoms on this list, keeping your blood sugar in check will help you tremendously, and your circulation should improve with treatment. Remember that diabetes is a chronic disease that can lead to many serious complications if left untreated. The earlier it's diagnosed, the easier it will be to manage and the longer your life could be. If you notice any of these symptoms, especially several of them combined, make an appointment with your doctor as soon as possible. There are different tests used to find out if you do have diabetes, so doing just one of them isn't enough for correct diagnosis. But you should never brush off, postpone, ignore, or avoid going to the doctor if you notice a change in your health, whether it be the symptoms on this list or anything in general. You have to be ready to invest some money and time in your well-being, because it's the most precious thing you have after all. Like this video if you found it useful, and be sure to send it to your loved ones so that they'll know this extremely important information. Subscribe to our channel not to miss any of our updates. And remember, life is better on the bright side.